Hello, everyone. I and my buddy Joe English are sending our regards. Today, we'd like to discuss some vocab items with you. So, without further ado, let's share the PowerPoint. All right. So, as I said, we are going to discuss some vocab items today. So, the first word we will talk about is paragon. Paragon is a noun and it means a person or thing that is perfect or has an extremely large amount of a particular good characteristic. For example, in the novel, Constanza is a paragon of virtue. You can also say he is a paragon of strength or he is a paragon of courage, for example. So paragon is somebody who is perfect in something or who has a great deal of a good quality or a good characteristic. Like when we say she is a paragon of virtue, he is a paragon of courage, and so forth. The second vocab item we're going to talk about today is iniquity. It's a noun. And what does iniquity mean? A very wrong and unfair action or situation. Example, they fought long and hard against the iniquities of apartheid. Another example, the writer reflects on human injustice and iniquity. Human injustice and iniquity. So, iniquity in one word meaning injustice, and it's a noun. Moving on, venerable. Venerable is an adjective and it means deserving respect because of age, high position, religious or historical importance. Example, a venerable tradition, a venerable company or family. Another example, she has worked at such venerable institutions as Boston's Museum of Fine Arts and the Metropolitan Art Museum in New York. So venerable institutions that is respectable, worthy of respect. Moving on. Benefactor is a noun meaning someone who gives money to help an organization, society, community, or a person. Okay? Another word, spendthrift. It's a noun meaning someone who spends a lot of money in a way that wastes it. Max was a spendthrift and a heavy gambler. So a spendthrift would mean somebody who spends his money unwisely and basically wasting it. I am not a spendthrift, although sometimes if I see something on sale, I'll get three because it's a good deal. Yeah. All right. So you have an idea now what a spendthrift is. It's a noun, and it basically means somebody who spends a lot and wastes his money on, unuseful things and stuff and so on. Moving on, indigenous. Indigenous is an adjective and it means naturally existing in a place or country rather than arriving from another place. Example, are there any species of frog indigenous to this area? Indigenous meaning naturally occurring or existing in this particular geographical location. Okay? So, who are the indigenous people of this land? Yeah, so indigenous meaning naturally existing there in this country or in this area rather than arriving from outside. That is the meaning of indigenous. Okay? Yes, and it's an adjective. Din. Din is a noun and it means a loud, unpleasant, confused noise that lasts for a long time. For example, the din of traffic, the hustle, the bustle, the noise, and so on. I had to shout to make myself heard above the din. So din meaning loud noise, and it is a noun. Another example. The children were making a terrible din. The children were making a terrible din. All right, moving on. Remnant is a noun, and it means a small piece or amount of something that is left from a larger original piece or amount. Examples, the remnants of last night's meal, like the leftovers. Remnants of the city's former glory. Yeah, so the city had great buildings and stuff, but now few buildings are left out as remnants of that former glory. A carpet remnants. All right, moving on. Soothsayer. What is soothsayer? This word is a noun. Basically, a person who is believed to have the ability to know and tell what will happen in the future, such as people who claim to be able to read your palm lines and tell you what will happen in the future, or a fortune teller, uh, somebody who claims he can predict the future and that sort of thing. A soothsayer. Soothsayer. All right. No one doubted that the president was a man of the high. Oh, that's sorry. So soothsayer, you can say she believed the soothsayer when he was talking about her future. Or my friend Michael doesn't believe soothsayers and says they are liars, for example. Okay. Moving on, integrity is a noun. All right. So this is the last word we're going to discuss in this video. Integrity is a noun. It means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles that you refuse to change. All right. No one doubted that the president was a man of the highest integrity. Okay. So integrity could mean honesty, strong moral principles. You can say he is a man of integrity, she is a woman of integrity, and so on. So integrity, the part of speech is a noun, and the meaning is honesty and having strong moral principles. As we discussed before, and I keep saying this, use the vocabulary items or you will lose them. If you don't use the vocab items you learn regularly in your speech and writing, you will forget about these vocab items and you won't be able to use them, uh, you know, uh, actively. If you use them actively, you will always remember these vocab items and you will uh, be in a better position when you write. For example, you will have a large linguistic repertoire, a large vocab uh, you know repertoire you can depend on for variety of words, variety of style, and so on. But if you have a limited vocab uh, repertoire, so to speak, you won't be able to use a variety of vocabulary or variety of styles when you write or when you speak, and that is something bad. So keep using the new vocab that you learn in all your speech and writing so you would remember these and you'd be able to diversify your style and use different words even if they are synonyms, but using different words to express the same thing or the same idea is something better, better than repetition or uh, keeping saying the same words or the same expressions all the time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.